And welcome back to a very real podcast. It is me, Mr. Greatest Value, alongside my good friend, Krusty Buckle. Hello, Krusty. How are you?
One of these days, it's gonna be something nice.
No, it won't be.
You know, it's gonna be like lovey.
Lovey
Uh,
fuckle. Cummy buck stuck hold. I don't know. Okay, so
You're bad at this.
your mother is bad at this. Got your ass. So, as usual, we're gonna have our 5 little news stories that I have found out. Before I get started, I want to say that I gave myself a self-imposed rule where I'm only going to bring up Trump stories at least or at most 2 times. I'm gonna limit myself to 1, but if it's interesting enough, I will bring him up twice. Because honest to God,
that's what I think of that grr.
True. Because honest to God, this whole podcast could just be 3 hours of us saying Orange Man bad. But guess what? We all know that. Everyone knows that. Orange Man bad. He got
I think
epically
every
on.
podcast is just Orange Man bad or Orange Man good, and there's no in between.
Yes, we're gonna be the in between. We're gonna say orange bad, orange bad, neutral. That's us. So we're the first true centrist podcast. Additionally, I want to make this very clear to everyone listening, and I've heard some people complain about this. We are stupid ass gamers doing a stupid ass podcast because it was stupid. We should not be your end all be all news source. We are very surface level when it comes to shit. There are better people you should be listening or watching to. Some of my favorites are like, what do you mean?
This is where I get all my news. What do you mean?
Oh, shut up. My voice cracked. So one of my favorite YouTubers who is much better at me and does pretty much exactly this is called Stickman Talks. He's awesome, but there are like dozens of YouTubers or podcasters that are better at delivering news. We should just be
We're adding Luis to the list of people who are associated with Hassan Piker.
Did I say?
You will die if you go to the next primary at all.
Did I say listen to Hassan Piker? No.
No, I'm just doing a bit because
yeah, listen to Hassan Piker. Okay, but like if you're gonna listen to Hassan Piker, counter it by listening to Ben Shapiro. That way you get true enlightened. You get truly enlightened. Okay, so we finished our little disclaimer. So before we get into it, Diego, how has your week been? Anything interesting?
Not really. Not this week.
No.
I've just been kind of doing the same stuff. I've been trying to, actually do my hobbies. So I've been messing around with Yu-Gi-Oh!
And masturbating.
A little bit. Yeah, I've been jerking off.
Yeah, everyone's favorite hobby.
I was jerking off just before this podcast. That's why I didn't respond to you for like half an hour.
Yeah, oh, well, half an hour. My God, that's a long time. Takes me like 20 seconds. Okay,
let's get this show on the road.
So my week has been fine. It's been okay, just nothing interesting. Right. So we're gonna get onto the first news story of the day. This is from The Independent. The Trump team is drawing up plans to stop international flights to some democratic cities. So essentially what this news story is, I'm also going to be putting in the news articles in the description. Shouts out to TrustyKnuckle's partner for telling me I should do that, because that was a good idea.
Yeah, they gave a bunch of good advice on how to improve this show.
Yes. And
as a consumer of media.
Oh my God, this connection is abysmal. Okay, so essentially what this proposal is that the Trump administration is saying, hey, these sanctuary cities are not complying very well with our orders to deport all the illegals, all the immigrants, every evil brown person in the world. No. And the Trump administration has suggested that they're just going to stop all international flights, which is coming at a horrible time. Which is coming at a horrible time because the FIFA World Cup is soon. And so a lot of mayors and governors are looking at this and saying to
Yeah,
themselves,
that's the real problem. Is that the
yeah.
these fucking politicians can't go watch fucking soccer, dude.
No, but it's something that
What?
genuinely is concerning. You've got
Why
hits,
did that?
hits.
Oh my god.
But it's something that's
That shouldn't work like that.
no, I agree. But it's something that is concerning because a lot of democratic cities rely heavily on the tourism industry, and so when you get rid of tourism in their towns, all of a sudden they have to rely on other things to generate revenue. But the Trump administration has caused a
That's fucking bullshit.
severe downturn in oh my god, why is this connection awful? Has caused a severe downturn in tourism in the United States. It was something like 10 million people. I think I remember. Like 10 million people have canceled plans from across the world to go to the United States on vacation. But it's something that's really concerning that the Trump administration is basically saying fuck you to these blue cities because they just don't want to, I don't know, jail immigrants. Like I was also in this article, it's also mentioned that the detainment camps that are in these blue cities are like incredibly inhumane. Like the people who are in them don't get medicine, don't get clean water, don't get food to eat, and it's just a miserable experience. You know, some might say they're they're camps where they concentrate in, but I'm not saying that. The leftist elites are saying it. But they're not.
I'll say it too.
Yeah, they're pretty much that's essentially what they are. But these
So like, okay, sorry.
no, you're
I'll let
good.
you finish.
You got spiked 3 times already. That's disappointing.
No. I teched that one, so it didn't count.
Oh, okay. But these detainment camps, they're just miserable, inhumane, and they're purely done to disparage brown people and to disenfranchise them too because they're detaining American citizens on quote unquote accident because they're, you know, brown, and it's terrible what's going on. And this is technically the one of the only Trump story. We'll get into the other one today, but this is an example of like the current administration is not. They're not very. How do I phrase this correctly? They're not shy about what they're trying to do, like especially with like the redistricting stuff, the overturning of.
Oh my god! Why did I get Zelda again?
The overturning of a bunch of voting laws and then like shutting down polling stations. Oh yeah. But it's very clear that this administration wants to stay in power and never wants to leave. It's scary.
Yeah. So like this kind of anti-immigration policy isn't like particularly unique or new, I don't think. There have been a lot of, you know, just throughout American history, there have been a lot of times where presidents have just been like, all right, we're not letting X, Y, or Z immigrants in. I don't know if it's ever been done like this, where it's like from specific states.
Yeah, I think it was Japan during World War II. We had like internment camps too.
But there was at least like, you know, a shitty excuse.
Yeah, the excuse was war,
Well,
which makes
that's a good
sense.
excuse.
What the fuck? I died at 95. Well, I wouldn't even.
Okay,
Okay,
that
putting people into detention camps, not exactly a good excuse.
Okay, I'm saying the flight ban, not
the Muslim ban. Yeah,
ban.
yeah, the Muslim ban that
my
happened
God.
during
the other one. That's the one I was forgetting about. Any fucking ways.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have strong opinions on this because this is another in a long list of, you know, these Trumpian policies that are basically out of spite and only cause harm to, I don't know, who fucking cares anymore.
Yeah.
This is why are you changing character?
Because I lost.
No, you have to get random again. You forgot.
That's what I'm changing to. That's what I was
Oh, to
changing
random.
to.
I'm an idiot. I
Oh my
forgot. I
god.
forgot. Yoshi. All right, whatever. Anyways, that's that topic. I think I said 2 fucking sentences.
Okay. Well, any closing thoughts?
Uh, just um, I can't wait. That's actually I can't say that. Uh, I wish Trump good health. But he is an
Yes.
80-year-old man. Uh,
Uh,
and he has not lived a healthy life.
I also wish him the greatest of health because he is the greatest president of these United States. See, I'm gunning for the press secretary job, and so if I suck his dick enough, I might get it. Okay, so that is our first story. Now we're moving on to another interesting story that I found. This comes from NBC Chicago. Pronounced dead by remote doctor. Tele-ICU expands nationwide, including in Illinois. So, do you know what telehealth is?
I know what telehealth is. It's health over the phone.
Uh, yes, kind of, but not necessarily. So telehealth or tele-ICU, which in this case is basically a doctor that is remote.
Yeah.
And
I've had telehealth visits in the past with like an allergist. I had like visits over COVID. Uh, it's not an uncommon thing.
yeah, but what's happening now is that a lot of these ICUs are not disclosing that you're stupid. They're not disclosing that they are
I'm not fucking
telehealth
stupid. This page is
organizations.
stupid. Oh.
And so it's causing a lot of issues, especially with like ICUs that are incredibly important because, if you're in ICU or in an intensive care unit, and so like you really need to have a doctor on the premises so that you can
Yeah.
live. And so what happened in this story, it was a med student, I think a dental student actually, who went to go to the ICU and his doctor or he never got to see a physical doctor. So he was just in the intensive care unit with nobody there for him to see or for them to help him out. And so he died because he did not receive the adequate care that he needed. And so it's sparked a big what is it? A big question as to whether these ICUs should have telehealth services. Why did it side B? I meant to do down B reverse. Should have these. Well, they should have these telehealth services because they could be dangerous, especially if it's an ICU that a person needs to see a doctor so that they, I don't know, live. And so, what do you think about that? What do you think? Should we have telehealth services in ICUs?
So I think the fucking point of an intensive care unit is you need immediate fucking help for a life-threatening or like at the very least very what's the word? Immediate problem, right?
Yeah.
Telehealth is fine for like the shit I was doing for like, doctor's visits, checkups, allergy visits. A lot of the time, you don't need like if you went to the doctor fucking I don't like 2 months ago, but you need to follow up for some reason, you don't need to like get a full fucking physical examination again. Uh, but like I didn't even know there could be telehealth intensive care units, and like I don't even understand how that works. You put in that you're fucking dying into an iPad. You're like, I was in a car accident.
No, that's essentially what happened.
It's
That's
so
actually what
stupid.
happened
What
with
the
this.
fuck are you talking about?
This is what happened with this student. He was basically like, "Oh, I'm fucking dying," and the guy says like on like an iPad screen, like, "How fast are you dying?" Like, "Yeah, you doing okay?" But the article that was attached, you died,
What the fuck?
basically said that telehealth services for ICUs are incredibly important, especially for like rural areas where there's maybe like less than 10,000 people living. And so ICUs don't really have the staffing for it. It's also really good for like 24-hour emergency services or 24 hours. Like imagine having a doctor be able
Because
to
you don't need
handle.
to be like fully staffed the whole
Yeah.
time.
So like
Okay.
it's one of those nuanced issues where it's like there should be more regulation into this. There should be a lot more. They should be more transparent
Okay.
about the fact that like they're a telehealth service, and so
Yeah.
it's different.
So
Yeah.
Number one, why are you random? Number one, I think probably there's like okay, those are obviously very good uses for this, but I
Yeah.
think those are symptoms of the overall healthcare workers shortage
Yeah.
we've had for the past like decade at this point, right?
It's almost like it's expensive to go to med school. Sorry.
Well,
My
you're
cough
telling
is
me
very strong.
I wanted to do it, and then I was just like, no, no, it's too
Yeah.
much time
You know,
and
you could you
money.
could you can take
Uh,
like a $50 billion loan at 1,000% interest to go to med school. You ever thought about that?
true, that's true. Wait,
Yeah.
um, but like the other side of that is like there's places that need it, but even if you're like you're saying more transparent with it, you're like making it more obvious it is a telehealth hospital. Just the fact that it's an intensive care unit and that you people coming there are typically coming emergencies, it's gonna make it like you're not gonna look up the hospital and be like, okay, oh, let me check if there's anybody fucking there first. You're like, okay, there's the hospital, let me go, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I guess to close it off, one of the things that the family of the victim or the student who died was that they didn't know that there was going to be no doctor on the premises. That they would have gone to a different area, a different ICU, if they knew that there was no one on staff. And so I feel like that is important. It's just something, I don't know, if you are ever in an ICU situation, the viewers, the listeners at home, be sure to know that if there's a doctor on the premises, I always ask if there's going to be telehealth services. Is something that's important. It could literally mean life or death. So now on to the next news story, right?
Um,
It should
I
be.
think so.
Okay, so now to the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
news story. So this comes from ESPN. Our Marxist, socialist, anarcho-communist, trans
Fuck!
vegan mayor, Zohran
Happy Pride Month.
Mamdani. Oh yeah, happy Pride Month. Yeah, okay, we'll get into that later. But our trans, vegan, racist, socialist, anarcho-communist mayor banned bedtimes. He repealed bedtimes. He hates our youth. He hates our parents. He hates America, and he banned bedtimes because the Knicks are going to the. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Because the Knicks are going to the NBA championship. Are you a basketball guy?
My dad is. I know a little bit of about basketball, but the most I know about the Knicks is that they're famous for losing. But
Yeah.
apparently they've been like quite good this season.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's the Knicks are in
wait,
the finals. Oh, what
did you have
happened?
like one stock on this, Rob?
Oh shit, yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, no, no. Aw, fuck you.
But the Knicks are in the finals. They're facing off against the Spurs. And while I'm not a basketball guy myself, I think it's really cute that the mayor is like, I'm banning bedtimes because the Knicks haven't been to the playoffs or since the NBA championship since like the 70s, I think. And I think it's
Yeah.
cute he does that. It's like that's like a
Okay.
fun thing.
If 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 you didn't if you weren't the mayor of like a city with 10 trillion problems like New York, right? I feel like this is the kind of shit mayors should do all the time. Like this is the things mayors should be doing. Is silly shit like this, you know?
Yeah.
Like quite honestly, uh well, mayors don't really make like a lot of policy decisions, right? There's not like
Tell
it's
that
like
to
zoning
Zoran.
stuff. Well, again, New York, if they fucking need it. But like most of the time, mayors aren't doing anything like super. I don't know.
No, you're right.
I don't want to say super important. So like this kind of silly shit should be the norm for them. They should be doing this shit all the time. It should be just like a silly guy being like, "Look at this, no bedtime. You get extra candy today, kids." They should be coming out to just like wave at people and do silly events.
Yeah, I just think it's cute that he does this. And reading the article, okay, the Knicks haven't been to the finals since 1999. So he got a bunch of these kids. He got a bunch of them onto in the mayor's office, and he's like, "I'm going to repeal bedtimes." And I think it's adorable. And such a breath of fresh air, especially considering that every day we basically read news headlines that are like, Hitler revived from the dead. He's running for mayor of South Carolina.
Enemy of the pod, Zohran.
Yeah, he's
Has been
and not just the podcast, but America itself.
yeah. He's been putting out banger headlines because for some reason, the mayor of New York is the most important politician in America. But I love hearing about the shit Zoran gets up to. It gives me hope, you know. It's just nice having someone, you know, sane and good in a position of power of any kind of form. Oh my god.
It's just not. I think like he is a great example of like what you can do in like local office. And if you remember what was it, last week that or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that the Democrats ran their stupid little, what is it, like report as to why they lost the election. And they were saying like, oh, it's because of XYZ. But in reality, it came down to, at least what I believe, because the report was so dog shit, that Democrats just didn't run on anything. They basically ran on.
They just are not offering it. They're offering we're not Republican. That's like that's all they've been for like 3 election seasons in a row.
And it's disappointing. But then Zoran comes in, wins this unbelievably important seat because, as Mayor Eric Adams once said, New York is the Israel of the United States.
Wait, that's true.
You ever thought about that?
Wait, I've never thought about it.
But that's
like
how
that.
important New York is. I miss Mayor Eric Adams. He was awesome. He said the stupidest shit.
Isn't he like a foreign citizen now? What countries did he become a citizen of as soon as he was out of office? What country did he flee to?
I don't know, man. Probably Israel, given how much he loves that area.
No, it wasn't Israel. Oh, let's go. No, I missed my tech. All right.
But
what were we talking about?
We were talking about the fact that the Knicks are in the playoffs. And again, I haven't watched basketball in so long. I used to be a basketball guy in high school, but then I don't know, I guess I got old.
Who's the tall guy that people have been talking about? The like 8-foot.
Oh my god, he's on the Spurs. Oh my god.
It's all. Why is it the Spurs always have some bullshit going on?
Why didn't you roll him?
What's his name? Like,
hold on. It's Young, right? Trey Young? No, it's not Trey Young. It's probably in the article. But I mostly picked this story for the Zohran headline, but also because I just want to talk about the fact that I feel old. You know, like I don't recognize anyone in the NBA anymore. All that's left is like LeBron, Curry. LeBron. But you got like Curry, LeBron, but they're not in the playoffs anymore. I'm dead. They're just there, and this NBA is unrecognizable to me, and it's because I'm old, and I feel old.
Yeah. I think more people. I think more pro sports players should like retire young. You know, make your like 10 billion in 2 years and just, you know, don't ruin your knees for the rest of your life and live a good life.
No, I disagree. I think they should play until we die.
What the? That didn't turn around. Whatever.
Okay, so any closing thoughts?
That would be funny.
Yeah, like I think they should stay around until
like an 80-year-old, like a league of 80-year-olds playing basketball.
LeBron might actually play until he's 80.
Anytime someone takes a tumble, it's like life-threatening.
That would be a good basketball. That would be a good basketball league. So any closing thoughts on our Marxist, anarcho-communist, socialist, vegan mayor, closing or stopping bedtimes.
I mean, what else can I say? But this is the end of America.
Yeah, I think you're putting it lightly. Actually, it might be the end of this world. I think
Yeah.
that he is getting these. He's
This might
banning.
even be a multiversal threat.
Yeah, a multiversal threat. Zohran Mamdani. He is multiverse tier.
Yeah.
Do you think he scales with Trump or something?
No, I think he scales probably more closely to Rick from Kirby.
I wouldn't know that. I'm not a nerd. But
there's a bunch of memes when Kirby Air Riders came out, like powerscalers.com, because like anyone in Kirby by association with Kirby himself, who is like a god killer and like regularly destroys like genuinely multiversal deities and demons. So like Rick was like scaling past Ultra Instinct Goku and like a bunch of other crazy shit.
And Zoran is right up there with this
Zoran's right up
multiverse of
there,
that.
yeah.
Well, I think so. To close it off, I think Zoran is obviously canceling bedtimes because he just wants to make these kids trans and vegan. Like that's just how it works. That's what he's there for.
Everybody transgender,
dude. That's
Happy
true.
Pride Month.
That's
Everybody
true. You see, you've been celebrating Pride Month. I'm actually in year 26 of Pride Century. Get on my level, you racist. Get outwoked. Okay, so now I move on to news story number 4. So this is number 2 of the Trump-related news. So this is according to News4Jax. So this is Jacksonville. This is also written by Colin Binkley of the Associated Press. Trump tells agencies to align with study calling for narrower childhood vaccine recommendations. So essentially what this article is about is the Trump admin is following closely to friend of the pod, Robert F. Kennedy's ideas with vaccines. So he basically is saying, yeah, let's stop vaccinating our kids. I disagree with that, but how do you feel about that? How do you feel about less vaccines for children who might need them?
Welcome back, polio. You had a good run before, and I can't wait to see what you do again in the second time. But like, I don't know. Again, okay, I just want to talk about vaccines in general and like anti-vaxxers being not anti-vaxxers being stupid. Everyone knows anti-vaxxers are stupid, but I think a lot of people underestimate how important vaccines are, right? Especially young. So vaccines are typically for, infections that can spread virally. A lot of the time you get antibodies when you're young from your mother's placenta for like bacterial stuff, bacterial resistances. But there's a lot of really, especially when you're a kid and you're, touching everything and spitting on everything and just slobbering everywhere. There's a lot of really potent viruses that cause a lot of problem if you get them young and spread like the plague, including the plague. And just like all anti-vaxxer shit does is risk the lives and well-beings of very young people. It's gonna give them, this shit can kill them. This shit can give them, disabilities that last a lifetime. It can mess with their mental and physical development in unbelievable ways. And people are just like, yeah, I don't want that shit. Because
yes, but
some
have you considered that it will give them autism?
30 years ago was like, yeah, oh, God forbid your kid, like Yu-Gi-Oh. God forbid.
That's where you go to? Liking Yu-Gi-Oh? That's the one?
That's the bit I've gone with. Anyway. What's that? God forbid your kid like
play Smash Brothers.
Play Smash Brothers. Fucking, I don't know.
That's not even the case. It doesn't cause autism. Yeah. Some dumb fuck just said that because he's stupid.
Yeah. I think people think autism is fucking Down syndrome. Which, like, people with Down syndrome can still live very full lives. It's not like the instant your life is over button, you know? It's like these people are so fucking stupid. Oh, you did the slow fall. I didn't know you knew about that.
Of course I know about the slow fall.
No, I mean I didn't know you knew how it worked.
Of course I know how it works. I'm a genius. Because
I feel like you didn't last time.
I am a genius because, you know, not only am I anti-vax, but also flat earth. I'm also don't believe in the moon. It's just not real.
That's true. I think all those things do overlap very regularly.
Well, I think it's...
Because it's just stupid people.
I saved you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. But I think, according to this article, they're repealing a few mandatory vaccines for students, or
All right, which ones?
so this would include the flu, the rotavirus, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, some forms of meningitis, and RSV.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so
No.
it's not great. And also, according to this article, Trump order ads way behind the study at a time when the administration appeared to be trying to shift away from focus more contentious vaccine policy and more towards mainstream topics such as healthy eating. So this is where we get to the Trump shit that I really love talking about. I love talking about it.
Limiting to one Trump topic a day, by the way. A video, by the way.
Okay, so did he switch?
This is the third one. Oh, wait, yeah, I have to switch. I forgot.
Okay, but essentially, so this is how we get into like socioeconomic factors, which I love talking about. So if you say promoting healthy eating, perfectly fine thing to do. In fact, I'm a fan of it. I agree. You know, this is lore accurate. There are some things that RF Kennedy has said that I'm like, you know what? Great. Like getting rid of artificial dyes in food. Not against that. Sure, go for it. But it doesn't take into account like a lot of socioeconomic factors. Like healthy foods are expensive, believe it or not. And so not being able to afford healthy food. Okay.
They're only expensive in the US because we don't like make that shit anymore.
Yeah.
People always compare like, oh, you're so much healthier. Well, they get to fucking walk everywhere, so they fucking are active. And they're like closer to local produce sources because they still have farms. We just make like wheat. And export it.
No, we make soybeans too.
Figure that out. All right, well.
Okay, but let me get my soapbox before I say it. So, but what you pointed to is correct things. Like we don't subsidize healthy eating. We don't have walkable cities, and we don't have like a method of which our citizens could be healthy. And that takes investment from our government. That takes money that we get from taxes, which the Trump administration has been so adamant on cutting. And so it makes it difficult to maintain this to maintain a healthy lifestyle. It's expensive to live healthily. And so, wait, I gotta switch. And so when the administration is saying to us, just live healthy, just eat the right foods, and don't provide a method of how to do it, it creates a very disheartening it creates a disheartening society, because how are we supposed to be healthy if we can't afford to? No one can afford to eat fucking vegetables anymore. You know how much a piece of banana is? It's $10.
That's fucked up.
No, it isn't. It was a cheeky reference to Arrested Development.
Oh,
How much is that? How much does a banana cost?
I'm gonna tell you, I watched Arrested Development.
Yeah.
But I binged it all in like a day on my Wii U on Netflix.
That's awesome. That is
so
awesome.
I remember almost none of it.
Oh, well, yeah, you were probably like, what, 12?
Genuine, yes. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so...
I should rewatch it at some point, because the things I do remember are really funny.
That's good.
That's a Bitler show.
They were the first bit-oriented show. Like, they committed to bits.
No. The first bit-oriented show was Seinfeld, because the bit was, there is no bit, but then every episode is a bit.
Sure, I guess I haven't seen Seinfeld. So, any closing thoughts on
Gotta watch that.
Trump making America healthy again?
Grr.
I agree. Well, okay, so I guess I'm gonna wrap it off with I don't think it's a bad idea for Americans to be healthier. What I do think is a bad idea is that we're repealing vaccines, mandatory vaccines. Why?
Yeah, that's what I was agreeing at.
Okay, so on to our last story, which is a three-parter. There's three little stories. It goes over the Russian-Ukraine war. So this comes from UNN, which is a news outlet from.
Yeah, should you on my N till I N? Yes.
Wait, how many? I was questioning.
You had 3.
Okay. So this is a news outlet from Ukraine. And essentially what this article is about is that the Russian government has run out of money. They got no money. Russia is experiencing a huge economic slowdown because guess what? Being in a war kind of sucks. And it's economically bad. And so the growth or the Russian economy growth in 2026 has been 1%. And so if you don't know anything about economics, that's really fucking bad. That's like truly terrible. Oh god, that was supposed to be a cancel. But a lot of Russian oligarchs want this war to end because they need money. And so like the economic forums that they have in Russia, in St. Petersburg, are all about like, hey, this war is bad, but we're going to bounce back. But because, every country has sanctioned them and they have no one to trade with and they're not producing anything, they're kind of in a shithole. So a lot of businesses are calling for an end to this war, which, is great for capitalism, but it's also pretty good for like people. I think like I don't want to get
the lives and rights of this entire country.
Yeah, I don't want to sound.
I did not fucking jump. Oh my god.
I don't want to get too political or too woke, but I think war's bad. I think war bad.
Yeah, war equal bad. I don't know a lot about the Russian economy, believe it or not.
But it's shit. It's
I
awful.
assumed it was like 9,000% oil, right?
Yes. And they're not exporting to anyone.
Yeah, that's I didn't think about it, but like if you only export like maybe one thing, and you're sanctioned by like every country who at least wants to look good, right? By being like, I don't like people dying. You're the one killing people here. Well, I guess that's a very simplified way of putting it. But like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, I buffered. If you have no one wanting to buy your shit anymore, that's kind of bad. I didn't think about that.
Well, it's not
that. Friend of the pod, every Russian oligarch. We feel for you. I know this is a hard time for you. You're gonna get through it.
They'd get through it a lot easier if they gave us money, if they funded us.
That's true. They'd get $1 more billion.
But so that is part one of the story, which is that the Russian business owners, Russian oligarchs, they don't want to be in war, and so they're calling for an end to war. And I think a day after this article was published, fucking Russia bombs Ukraine. And they're like, oh, we're causing more war, more of it, yay.
Another war that no one wants, being like entirely fucking fought by like one guy who won't give it up.
No one wants it.
What the fuck?
Get fucked. No one wants this war. So this is from CNN. friend of the
I did
pod.
not speak eloquently
CNN.
on this at all. I fucking biffed this one while I was fucking up Luigi combos.
Not your greatest work. So
Yeah.
this comes from CNN.
Wait, I thought that was our last one.
No. This is part 2. Well, we'll play a bonus game
Oh.
so that we could talk about this. So this is a 3-parter. This is a 3-parter. So yeah, this was done yesterday, as Russia bombed Ukraine
Here, wait.
in the central city of Dnipro. 23 people were killed in the assault in Dnipro, and according to Russian authorities, a few of them were children, and 100 people were wounded. So this bombing obviously means that Russia is not backing down. Russia wants to keep this war going. And so not only is this going to affect the citizens in Russia, but it's also causing problems with people in Ukraine, because they're dying at these unprecedented rates in a war that is purely perpetuated by the Russian government, aka Vladimir Putin. And the US has not really done anything to prevent this war. So we're doing a final bonus game. So in retaliation, Ukraine strikes St. Petersburg. This happened literally a few hours ago, right before we started. Right before we started recording. But the Russian government was hosting a political forum or an economic forum to discuss the fact that they have literally no money. And Ukraine just bombed them. And it resulted in, damn it, it resulted in a lot of destruction in St. Petersburg. And I don't know where this war is going. It seems to be largely at a standstill, with neither side gaining or losing much territory. I know that Ukraine has gotten a lot of its territory back, but it's a war that is entirely unnecessary. And obviously the Ukrainian government can't give up.
I'm gonna be a little woke here. I'm gonna be maybe a little too woke. I think all war is unnecessary. Well,
okay, but what about the war
my
on?
jump didn't come out.
What about the war on drugs? Is that unnecessary? Are you pro drug? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, me too, though.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Continue.
But it's obviously the Ukrainian government can't allow the concessions that they're making. They have to keep fighting this war, because, you know, if they concede, then it basically signals to Russia, hey, take all this land in fucking Eurasia. Who cares?
Yeah.
And the UN can't tell them to, or can't stop being in this conflict, because then it also says the exact same message of, yeah, Putin, just take whatever the fuck you want. Who cares? So it's a very strong analog for what happened in World War II, where we kind of just ceded a lot of land towards Hitler because we just, you know, rather appease them than actually do anything about it. Not saying that Putin is Hitler. You know, I don't think he wants to, like, you know, ethnically cleanse an entire race. But there's precedent for this exact thing, that we can't allow this warmonger to continue his path. My God. So what's your opinion on war, other than war bad?
I don't know, man.
You don't know. You know, I'm gonna.
That's my only opinion on war. Has only ever been war bad.
You know, I'll one up you there. I actually have a woker take. War really bad.
My name is the Woker. Oh, that's true. Oh my God, this connection is terrible.
But it's something that I don't see an end coming. Like, maybe we'll see the end of a war soon, but as far as I can tell, they're gonna keep fighting this until we're like in our 30s and old men. Like once we get to 30, we're
Probably.
like really old.
I think this is like one of those wars that it's just it's like going on. If you're not directly in it, it feels like it's going on in the background for forever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's
much like the U.S. in Iraq, which I wanted to talk about, but I didn't want to have 3 Trump news stories. Okay, so any closing thoughts on the war in the Ukraine?
They should have grown more soybeans. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. Wait, hold on. You're right. Okay, so my closing thoughts are that, fuck, man, it's not looking great.
It's just fucking bleak. I don't.
It's
there's nothing else to say. Like, it's a bleak time to be alive, as per usual. But this time it's us that's adults.
Yep.
You know?
But I think, okay, here's the scenario. Either the war ends through traditional means and a lot of people fucking die, or the Russian government collapse and a lot of people die from starvation, or I don't know, Russia becomes a fucking imperialist country that just starts eating up other countries, and you know, it signals to China and to the US, which is like, do whatever the fuck you want, who cares? So then Taiwan will no longer be a sovereign country. The US will definitely try to fuck up Greenland. And so there's no like good outcome. There's no good outcome.
Go like now.
There's no good outcome. So
I know.
So on that cheerful note, let's end it off. Thank you very much, Mr. Busty Cuckold, for joining me. And if you have any,
I'm rushy fuckle, and I'm out of here. Bye. I actually do have to go like right now.
But if you guys have any thoughts, put them in the comments, or have any news articles you'd like for us to talk about, please post it in the comments, or, you know, just like text me. Mostly everyone who listens to this has my number. All right. Well, bye everybody.
Later. Bye.